To the fuck you. Now that I got that out the way, fuck you. Lower your shields and prepare to be boarded. Prepare to be slaughtered. Prepare to be targeted. You can't fuck with my heart and shit. Yeah, this is lights out. For my brothers, get your whole fam wiped out. For my fam, get your whole universe destroyed. Take your face off, cast Detroit. I'm a disaster boy, extinction level asteroid. Impact is smashing noise, born in the blackest void. He talk shit, he ain't know who he's facing. I cheese grade him, get savage, that's the T Nathan. No patience like they shut down the hospital. Wins against me, it's not possible, not probable. Man, it's all illogical. I've been sick, this shit is chronicle. Hands we hold them, the face shows how we fold them. Y'all keep making noise trying to get noticed. Y'all can't see me, you got no focus. I show up, they disappear. Hocus pocus, this is war, no respect. From your pores come the sweat. When I call on Artie from 41 Select. Target select, target acquisition. When them shells rain down, you look like a bad car collision. Come get it, come with it. I beat them into submission or play it safe and hit them from some distance. Long range, close range, however I deliver. Shit you gonna remember, I go for kill shots, it's not to injure. Man, these bars got no hold. Show them how to use the flow. Man, you can't move the flow. They stay pissed off, cause I'm this hard. I launch rocket raccoons, countdown to lift off.
Listen, hit 'em. Hit them with my missile, blow they spaceship the fuck up, decapitate Russian sickle. Ravishing Brock rude, disrespectful nigga, hakaluga up in your food. Shit. Far from a small fry, knuckle up two black guys from black guys. Listen, man. Bust flames I don't miss. No game long range, turn your dome to red mist. P.
Let's get it. Well, you know who I am. I am T Nathan. And I'm sure it's sometime after 10 o'clock and somebody, I don't know what time it is. I know it's sometime around 10 o'clock Eastern time, 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock Central Time, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And if you're here, you know who I am, and you know you're listening to Conversations with T Nathan. And if you came here to decompress, you're in the wrong live. Okay, my grandmother is here, so y'all get some decompression in while she's here. But if you really came here to decompress and to give the extreme right something to make memes out of, you're definitely in the wrong place. There will be no, sorry for spamming y'all last night. I'm not here to talk about decompression. I am not here to talk about any of that. I'm here to give you the facts, and maybe you all want to listen because you seem not to want to listen last night when I was doing election, updates. You didn't want to listen then, maybe you want to listen now, because I want to deal with some of you all sound like Trump supporters in 2020. I'm just gonna go on and say that. Y'all need to go ahead and let that go. Go ahead, let it go. Y'all sound like Trump supporters in 2020. All your I watch. I was like, y'all are just saying. Y'all starting election conspiracies, looking for magic votes. I'm like, are you all gonna call Roddenberry yourselves? Is that what you all are gonna do? Because you sound like Trump supporters. I did decompress live. I'm ready to fight. Yeah, no one asked you. I told you there's no decompression. I don't even know what y'all decompressing from. I don't even know what you're decompressing from. So, we're going to get it. And I want you all to understand 10 million votes left. Yeah, okay. Most of them are going to go for Trump. But it doesn't matter. I mean, I think you all are still holding out for what? The popular vote? Because you're not holding out for any recalls on any on anything really. The popular vote doesn't matter. She didn't even win the popular vote. She didn't even win the popular vote. Do you understand? Joseph Biden got around 80 million votes. Do you understand? Turnout was an issue. Do you understand Even Bella is in the background. It's like, yeah. Uh, and maybe y'all need some help. Let me give y'all some help. Let me give you all some help. You see this? Do you see this? You see this, right? Do you see? It's not 2016 all over again. This is 2024. This 2024. This is not 2016 because he won by a bigger margin. This is not 2016. Do you see this? I'm gonna give some of y'all a reality check. Because one of y'all leave one more damn comment about a conspiracy theory in my comment section, I'm making a video out of you. I'm making a video out of you. This is the reality of the country we live in. Do you understand that? I can't deal with you all if y'all gonna be conspiracy theorists. This is the reality of the country we live in. And Cam, I'm gonna deal with that. I'm gonna talk about that also. Look at this. Look at Pennsylvania. Look at Michigan. Look at Wisconsin. Do you understand? Does anybody know besides me how many counties we have in the United States? This is just the continental United States. You know how many counties that are? I spent all day studying. All day I studied and looked at the percentages. I looked at the 2016, I looked at 2020 results, and I compared them to this. That's if you include, Cam, you get to that number if you include the Alaska, Hawaii, and the territories of the United States. I'm just talking about the continental United States right now. So you're not far off. It's 3,000. I went over 3,007 counties times 3 today. 3,007 counties times 3 today. I went over the 2016 election. I went over the 2020 election. And I compared and contrast. And I went back and I have a better appreciation for Hillary Clinton. Yes, I have a better appreciation for what Hillary Clinton managed to do. And I realized it's not Hillary and it's not Kamala, it's us. By the way, I wasn't saying there were too many votes left to count. Yeah, I know. I got you, Cam. It just took me to remember. Yeah, I went over this today. Do you see? This is the country we live in. And do you understand that Trump made headway? He made headway in areas that he didn't make in 2016 or 2020. What has shown me is like that 1%. See, if you saw the video, I said I'm not mad at. I'm mad at myself for believing that this country was something different than I knew with 99% of my being that it was. I said all night. I don't think y'all heard me. I said I hope I'm wrong. I kept saying that. I hope I'm wrong. But people didn't understand. For 107 days, I said I hoped I'm wrong. When I got into this, and the very people that got me into it are disappointed in also. Because I told them, I said, I will try it your way one last time in accordance with Malcolm's The Bullet or the Ballot or the Bullet. Said I try one more time. And if you notice, when I commit to something, I commit fully. I commit fully. And I'm watching the same people who asked me to participate and to lend my voice to this platform. And I watched a lot of you all in these lives platforming Trump supporters. Like this was a thing. Like it was moving the needle. I don't know what some of y'all precincts look like because you never went to them. I don't know. I never seen you all at fundraisers. I never seen you out campaigning. I never seen you out canvassing, but you spent hours on social media having intellectual, pseudo intellectual conversations because some of you all don't know what the hell you all were talking about with Trump supporters, like you were changing their mind or teaching the electorate something they didn't know instead of being out there or talking about that. We spent 107 days and I held my tongue. I held my tongue because I said, maybe they'll get it in 90 days. Maybe they get it in 60 days. Maybe they get it in 30 days. Maybe they'll get it the last week. The last week? Yeah. And people think I'm just mad because of the numbers. No, I'm telling everybody be on notice. From this point forward, I'm not giving any grace of that 1% of hoping that this country is something that it's not. This country has shown me succinctly who it is. Democracy isn't the sham. Democracy is democracy is just democracy. This country is democracy works for racism, bigotry. Democracy is just a tool. I'm not blaming the tool. So you all are looking for ways to blame things that is not. I'm blaming the people. I'm not blaming the tool. Democracy married to capitalism with these people is an oppressive engine. Period. The system worked as intended because the people working the system intended it to work that way. And also, fuck that. It's the people. I'm showing you this map for a reason. This is choice. A lot of people went in that booth, told you all they were voting for Kamala Harris, and voted for Donald Trump willfully, willingly, and feloniously. Donald Trump in 16, 20, and 22 won white men, won white women, won them, increased the 23% of black men. The only people that showed up and showed out like they consistently show up and show out for the right thing, the only people that unconditionally have my support, black women. Black women. The educated knew not to follow Donald Trump. Educated people knew, like, nope, nope, they're not. But instead of you all dedicating your platform to providing the education our communities needed, you just wanted to show that you are smarter than a fifth grader. Because some of you all still need Schoolhouse Rock. But I held my tongue, hoping that, y'all will get it. Y'all will get it. But no, night after night after night after night, all you all did was argue with people who you're not moving the needle with. And you're still arguing with them. Or you're making videos out here falling apart and crying for them so they can make memes out of you. And then you out here crying. They want memes. I'm looking at people crying on X and I'm like, really? And if normal person tell me, well, our ancestors will survive because our ancestors, they survived and why do you always mention that after something goes wrong? After something doesn't happen, you want to talk about what our ancestors endured. I'm gonna tell you something. My parents, my ancestors endured so I wouldn't have to. So to sit back and just be okay with enduring it is an insult to their sacrifice. Is an insult to their sacrifice. And I'm starting to cuss you all out too. You sit around like our ancestors, they just be happy. Oh, our ancestors were resilient. Yes, they were. but they fought. The realization of what today has taught me is that I was right. I was right. No matter how many times people wanted to tell me what CNN was saying or somebody else was saying, I don't need CNN. I analyzed it. I know what I'm talking about. Only thing I didn't see coming was Virginia, and it still didn't matter because I've been saying for the last month, if she doesn't win Pennsylvania, people can quote me on that. You can go back and look at videos of lives I've done. All these creative ways. I said if she doesn't win Pennsylvania, she does not win the White House. I kept talking about the wall, the blue wall, how it turned red in 2016, and I had to convince people why their vote matters in their locality because the Senate is going to go Republican. And I'm like, yeah. And people would tell me, I didn't know what I was talking about. People told me, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't understand. We got control of the Senate. I was like, what Senate races are you looking at? Because you can't be looking at reality. By sheer statistical mathematics alone, you couldn't be looking at reality. Right, Cam? And I said, try to make benchmarks, try to make hedges against what's to come. Local elections, the House. I told you all 435 House seats were up for grab. People didn't need you look at the like I say, you look at the popular vote. We're talking about 60, what last count, or was it almost a 5 to 6 million point difference and still off of the 2020 election by almost 18 million votes? Do you understand that? What's up, Gen X? How are you doing? Will the Dems in the House still have jobs? They didn't have jobs. Technically, they didn't have jobs on election day. Every Democrat, every Democratic seat is up every 2 years. I didn't realize people didn't know that. I didn't realize people didn't know that no one had a seat until election day was over for sure for the next term. Every 2 years, 435 seats are up for grabs in the House of Representatives. I couldn't go to the polls, but did the absentee voting, so there's literally no excuse. Yeah, right. I like him. I've reached out to him multiple times, and he has personally responded to me. Good, cause that's the hedge, and you all better hope you all did. Because with control of the Senate and the presidency and the Supreme Court, for sure they got those. And I'm just, and the margins don't gonna look any better than coming up in the House of Representatives. Right. I'm like, but see, it doesn't matter. And I was telling people when they were arguing with people about policy and the people couldn't spell policy, talking about tedious and tenuous, and people can't spell neither one of them. And I'm looking at them, saying, "What are you all doing? You all don't need to invite them up to do that. If you want to teach people, you can teach, but also know what you're talking about. Know what you're talking about." I voted early because I didn't know how my day was going to go yesterday, and I took PTO from Halloween. One time I had to do a school project, and I reached out to oh, that's the yeah. We have no allies. Oh yeah. See, that's the thing. I told y'all about looking for allies in the first place. I look for accomplices. Accomplices are individual and require vetting. Collective groups, no. Accomplices require individualism and vetting. Because I just made a video talking about the Muslim community and the Arab community in Michigan and the Abandon Harris project. The Abandon Harris movement that they set up, and they nominated Jill Stein for their office. And then where was our quote unquote community allies when the woman in Dearborn told us that if we didn't vote for Jill Stein, or if we don't vote for Kamala Harris, either vote for Jill Stein or Donald Trump, and if you vote for Kamala Harris, you're not welcome in our community. How the fuck you gonna tell us we're not welcome in a community outside of Detroit? You sound you lucky I'm not who I was 25 years ago. You lucky because your community would need some water. Your community would need some water. Yeah. Gonna tell us if we vote for Kamala Harris, we're not welcome in your community. All right. I guess I'll start with the stores in my community that don't belong to us. I guess that's where we'll start. We'll start with the stores in our community that belong to you, since we're not welcome in your community. I'm going to show you what not welcoming somebody in their community looks like. I meant the ones that won the Do You Think We Can Fill It Back Up? No, not right now. I think I think you all should enjoy your 18 months of the economy that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and the um, Nancy Pelosi gave you all, because Donald Trump is going to inherit an economy that he, just like the one he inherited, firing on all cylinders from President Obama after he recovered from the previous Republican president's recession. And I tell people, when they come at you with those fuck ass arguments, I said, name me 7 indicators of the economy. Since you all talk about it so much, name me 7. Hell, name me 3. Name me 3 indicators and don't tell me, well, I feel like you feel like you feel like you don't know what you're talking about. It's like people say, well, I had more money. I already broke that down. But there's another thing I think people fail to realize, right? Do you know people were living beyond their means before this administration? And now that it's caught up with them, all of a sudden it's somebody's fault besides your own. Yes. Am I making allowances for inflation? Yes. Am I making allowances for shrinkflation? Yes. But your credit card debt was the same that it was in 2015. Your credit card debt. I went back and looked. I have Walmart. I have the Walmart app, and I've had it for like 7, 8 years. 8 years, I think. And I went back and looked at prices of items, and increases, sure, but I also noticed the increases were more pronounced in the junk food I bought, the chips and all that, right? That and that. I noticed where the prices increased at. And I know that during COVID, corporations took advantage of us because those prices never went back down. They never went back down. But somehow, instead of holding corporations responsible, we want to hold the people that are actually fighting to do what they can with the levers of the federal government to get the GDP up, to eliminate the trade war that we lost with China. Gas prices have come down dramatically. Gas prices will probably be under $3 around the country by the end of the year, with a slight bump from holiday travel. But even that is artificial. Even that is artificial. When I look at people and they look at gas prices and they talk to me about gas prices, without talking to me about the fact that every time oil companies tell you because of some action in the Middle East, they're going to come with Iran and gas prices go up. We don't get any gas from Iran. We don't get as much gas through through the Persian Gulf as we used to get during 1972 when inflation and gas prices skyrocketed because of that. We don't even do that anymore. We had 250 gas for about 2 weeks. Yeah, and then the artificial pressure came about unrest in the Middle East. Yeah, and people just don't hear the fact that the United States is the largest oil and gas producer in the world right now. We're producing our own gas and oil, but y'all keep thinking it's coming from the Middle East and being happy with the gouging that Exxon is doing to you. Just be happy. Just think about that. Like I say, the intellect, I could do this all day. Like Captain America say, I can literally do this all day. All day. I can eviscerate every talking point and throw in ad hominems to go with it. But at the end of the day, it's the woeful ignorance for me. At the end of the day, I'm not, and I say, oh, I'm giving up. I am giving up on unconditional support. Yes, I'm not. That doesn't mean I'm going to give up on watching children. I'm not going to ever watch children die. When I say I'm giving up, I mean, it's like I looked at the fact. Do you understand that Jewish Americans turned out more for Kamala Harris than black men did? Do you understand that stat? Percentage wise, Jewish Americans supported Kamala Harris more than black men. Do you get that? You're talking to someone who's literally been detained by police at pro Palestine rallies. And I want people to succinctly understand what I'm turning my back on. I'm not turning my back on pain and suffering. I'm turning my back on those people who think they have a monopoly on pain and suffering, so much to the fact that they try to tell us how to help us. Like I say, I tell you, Cam will tell you, I've never done allies. If you're not an accomplice is an individual accomplishment. It is not a group accomplishment. It's not blanketed. It's an individual accomplishment when I talk about accomplices. I care, but I am not ignoring the suffering of the people. Right. And that's two different things. And that's two different things. Just a question. How do we know that? How do you know what? How do you know what user whatever? How do you know what? I care about my people's suffering. I care about suffering. Don't get me wrong. But see, the people I care about are not the same people I'm talking about. I don't know. The Democrats and liberal types are pretty good at losing and disappointing. Sometimes I feel like I'm just, is this mic on? Is this mic working? Hello, testing, testing, one, two, three. I wonder what you all hear as opposed to what I say. I know what I'm saying, but I wonder what you all hear. How do you know voter turnout was lower than 2020? Is that what you're asking me? How do I know voter turnout was lower than 220, 2020? Because I can read. Statement. But y'all not listening to me because you're still looking for outside. Your T once told me we will fight opposition at every corner of the world that manifested in, and I live it. Right. And I live that too. But I will not be fighting on behalf of people who are fighting us. I'm all for opposition. I'm going to fight oppression whether you fight it or not. But I am not trusting people's talk. I am not trusting people's talk. Your mic is on, Unc. They just don't want to listen. I'm not trusting people's talk. I think you all when I'm talking about the Muslim community in Dearborn, Michigan, and the Muslims in Michigan, they're not the ones who are suffering the oppression of Israel in Gaza. Yeah, they're not. But I'm not going to ignore the people of Gaza. Right. Those are two different people. Those are two different people. I just will not be even submitting myself to dancing to their drum. When did he say that there were no votes for Kamala? Oh, one voice doesn't represent a whole community. But you know, Cam, I pushed back on that and said that I want to hear that when Rocket Raccoons say something, I address it. When people display when the black community display anti indigeneity or anti any oppressed group, I address it. I address it because that's my place, because I am an accomplice. I don't wait for anybody else. I address it because that's what I am supposed to do, because that's what I lead with. And that's what I lead with. Two things can be true at the same time. What I am specifically talking about is the American community of certain people. When they understand that they tied their wagon to the very person who is not going to stand up for them at the expense of the people who do, yeah, there are consequences for those actions. Hey, T. Nathan, peace and love you. Thank you, Dresses. Honest question. What do we do now? What do we do now? We first check ourselves. We first check ourselves. This is the checking of ourselves. We check our accomplices with us. We make sure that we stand on the same sheet of music, on the same page of music, unwavering. We start to demand the same unwavering loyalty and respect that we are always asked to give. And anything less than that, we're not standing on the same page. I'm gonna tell you, the phase of me, like I say, of me doing what I did for the last 18 months is over. It is over. Like I say, if you cross me and mine from now on, I'm not talking about the ballot. I'm not, because we're at the point now where you all have fucked around, and now you're going to find out what it looks like when we don't support you. And yes, and I think people hear me, but they don't hear me because they're hearing something I'm not saying. Even Cam is hearing something I'm not saying. Even Cam is hearing something I'm not saying. Because I think he's even forgetting I do research. I do research, not just me search. I don't just get and talk. I spent today doing exactly what I said I was going to do. I broke down every demographic in every community, and I looked at the numbers. I looked at the numbers. And whatever your feelings are, I'm going to tell you what never lies: numbers. Numbers have never lied to me. All last night I was trying to give numbers, and people were responding with feelings. Numbers never lied to me. And if I say if I spent all day, I didn't go to the shelter. I spent all day analyzing the numbers. I didn't answer my phone that much. I analyzed the numbers. I wanted to see where, and it didn't go wrong. It didn't go wrong. I wanted to see for myself where and what the numbers said, what story they were trying to tell me. And this is the story they told me. This is what they showed me. That Donald Trump increased his margins in most of the counties on this map, even the blue ones. That that Kamala Harris underperformed in communities that she should have overperformed in. She underperformed the old white man, Joe Biden. What does that tell me? That this country would rather have they would rather have an old white man as their leader. They chose a man with 34 felony convictions. That man that had been found guilty of raping a woman, a man with 17 accusers, a man who literally is on tape talking about assaulting people against their will because he's a star. A man who has not just three baby mamas, but also we know succinctly of two super happy adult fun time stars he had affairs with and paid. Do not talk to me about morality anymore. A man who simulates fellatio on a stage in front of thousands of people at a rally and the rest of the world. And this is the same party that said about family values, and you don't want a drag queen reading a story to your child in the library, but you voted for a man that stood on a stage and pantomimed fellatio. You voted for a man that talk about family values and you don't care about your kids seeing that. Don't tell me you're afraid of the LGBTQ community. Don't talk to me. You don't get to take the moral high ground because it's hypocrisy. He looked like he did that before. You talk about you don't want convicted felons to vote in this country, but you're perfectly fine with sending one to the highest office in the land. The hypocrisy. If Kamala Harris would have run on the same platform, the same way, and been white, a white man, we would have a whole different conversation. And that's why I was getting to Cam when you were mentioning earlier how these so-called liberal enclaves, they somehow managed to elect Democrats to other offices. North Carolina elected a Democratic governor, and Donald Trump still won the state. North Carolina, let that sink in. Another Democratic governor, and they still won the state. Felons who want to work. I better not be seeing anyone saying no one wants to work when their entire population. Yes. Like I say, if you came here for decompression, you're in the wrong place. I have no decompression to offer you. But the sad thing is, people think this is anger. That's another thing that got me. People associate clarity of vision with anger. No, I feel at peace because I gave that 1% of me a chance. This is the woman I'm referencing. Yeah, right. You talking about the one you wrote through personally, Cam? They still walking. Who's still walking? They still walking. Who? Who's still walking? What did I miss? What did I miss? I missed something. I missed something. My chief of security better fill me in. What I missed between you and Olivia? But no, I'm talking about one of your videos, the Dearborn ladies saying, "Don't go vote for Kamala Harris." Yeah, that was just the one I used. Yeah, I can't see pinned comments on here. I can't see pinned comments on the ODS. I'm across multiple platforms. I just get the comment. I'd have to sign into my on my phone to see the pinned comments. That's just the one I used. That's just the one I used. I didn't use the mayor of Dearborn and his endorsement of Trump and what he said. His was even worse than that. But I didn't like the way it was cut up. Someone put their hands on my goddaughter. What? Where? When? How? They still alive? Right, I'm saying those people who share her sentiments can have the consequences of their actions. Yes, and that's what I'm talking about. I'm very specific. I know who deserves the consequences of their actions. This is not a blanket statement like I'm gonna string little children up and throw them off in. Not all children. And if I do throw a child into an active volcano, is I have a reason. But no, this is about the people who have made their bed, and now when something happens, I'm gonna remind them that they made that bed. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to be that voice. When someone comes to me, don't come to me saying, wait, because I have eclectic memory. So I remember all the faces. I remember all, all the Rocket Raccoons running around here right now. Don't call me when you get stopped and frisked. But I'm not going to abandon the people of Gaza because those people made the decision. Whoever said about abandoning anybody in Gaza, though? Who said anything about abandoning the people of the actual suffering, the actual pain? I just won't be joining with performative people to do it. And I won't be coming to the aid of performative people. Gaza, no one in Gaza voted in this election. I was shocked what happened in Pennsylvania. I wasn't. When I was telling people I felt the same way now I was feeling in 2016 before the last week of the election, I told that. He about them apparently more than us. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Grave threat to democracy. And do y'all really think he wants to be a dictator and the generals are right? I'm going to tell you. What changed Pennsylvania? Racism and bigotry. What do you mean? What gave us the belief that Pennsylvania wasn't racist and bigot? Yeah, because it's a northern state. Yeah, all these other states up here in the north too. As a matter of fact, everything above the Sun Belt is in the north. I know. 45's name into his series of TikTok today that recommended a book by a black author called Emergency Strategy. It talks about, yeah, I don't need it. I mean, I feel you, but I don't need I have a strategy. I've been had a strategy. Maybe now I can get people to listen to it more. Um, and we're still going to fight for Palestine. Yes. Trump going to deport everyone. I love that for them. Never thought I would say that. I don't associate the voice of one person with a whole group. No, I associate the voice of that one person with the group I got it from. Like I say, I don't just make videos arbitrarily. I think you all know that. And I specifically said Dearborn in Michigan. I specifically said that in my video for a reason because I looked at the numbers and I looked at the voices who didn't contradict those numbers. To be, what did Dr. King teach us? It is not the words of our enemies we will remember. It is the silence of our friends. I am never silent in the face of injustice, even if I have the Dora Milaje got on. I have got on the Dora Milaje before. I am never silent in the face of injustice or perceived injustice. I know we're on the same wavelength. Both you see what I mean. Like I said, I, I get it, but I need you to get it too. That I know exactly what I'm doing and what I'm talking about, and my stance. See, this is the part I can't give people. You can change directions without changing beliefs. You can change. I can find myself in a place that I say, this place is not good for me. And I can get out of that place with the same core values of my intact. In 7 months, Pearl, Alabama, she's bragging about T's win. Hope all goes well because she's out of luck if no. I've never had a wrong opinion, so I don't need to be held accountable. We learned that as kids. Yeah, I think user is getting annoyed because they are explaining things have. I don't care. Like I say, that part, Siren is right because I've extended grace and tried to talk people into a place of understanding, and I'm not doing anymore. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Yep. Yep. I expended all the grace I had on the last 107 days. I've extended it all. I have no more. I was only born with a limited supply anyway. The ancestors only instilled a limited supply of grace and understanding, and I have depleted it. I'm not arguing with people about where I stand, what we got to do. I'm not. I'm not. Like I said, when that mayor said what he said and they clapped for him, they might as well have said it themselves. When the woman was surrounded by other and tell us we're not welcome in her community, all I heard was, are you going to put the no niggas allowed sign up now? That's all I heard. I heard that. I heard that. Every time if I was in Detroit and I found out the store was owned by somebody in Dearborn, and they didn't speak out. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I no. See, this is why I will probably be losing social media pages, right? Because I'm saying the quiet parts out loud in response. We welcomed you into our communities, and you have the nerve to tell us. You have the nerve to tell us we are not welcome in your community if we voted for a black woman. Because that's all I heard. Did someone hear something different? Did somebody hear something different? You just don't know me. I will go to Dearborn. Just like I went to Minnesota. I will show up in Dearborn and walk down the street with a Kamala Harris shirt on. I don't leave my house often enough to enter other communities. Yeah. I will go to Dearborn and walk down the street with a Kamala Harris shirt on. Yes, I will go to Dearborn and walk down the street with a fuck Donald Trump shirt on. Yep. I'll go with the silk press. Pirate, you go. I'm dragging you with me too. I'm dragging you with me. Yep. Not my felon if I can fund the country free Howard. It took people all of 24 hours to give up on her name pronunciation. Kamala Harris. I got my Kamala Harris shirt already. I also got a Try Jesus Not Me because I'm medicated shirt. I'm bringing my attack bug. No, y'all don't need any help. Like, Cam coming. He I don't care what he's talking about. He'll be there. I'm dragging pirate. My chief of security gonna be there mugging people, and I'm be wearing a fire extinguisher. I'm be wearing a flamethrower. I'm not bringing Pinky. Not bringing Pinky. Nope. No felon left on prison. Free black. And you know that the thing I'm looking at, all the January 9th convictions, federal convictions, yeah, they're overturned. I never did buy Kamala a shirt. Gotta need one. Yeah, yeah, let's get it. So, like I said, if you came here looking for decompression, I ain't got no decompression to give. The second, the Second Step Act. I think people forget that the Second Step Act had no financial incentives for states to adopt it, and if you really want to do something to help the black prison population, the federal and state prison is where they are, not federal. Federal prison still is not affected by the Second Step Act like they talk about. If you really want to do something, you do something like the three strikes you outlaw that filled up state prisons and incentivized them to fill them up. Yeah, I don't care about the. I get so tired of people name some of the. You say name something he's done for the black community. They went to prison. First thing, at least I could still debunk it but you could have started with the education. People are crying about what happened, and I refuse. I'm drafting bills that have BM release. I know, but it bothers me that again he will be credited with police reform again. Like I said, he didn't win. He didn't win among college educated or educated people. We just know, and not making plans for change. It's kind of maybe made me real mad. Like I said, I people think I was mad. You're not gonna get a video on me like pulling a Van Jones. Van Jones cried for Trump. He crying for no. I don't have the tears. I might. You can cry, but I need you crying in motion. I don't have the tears, and I don't have the inclination because when MAGA supporters and pieces of garbage make videos about me, they're gonna make videos about me looking just like this, talking just like this, real sporty out the mouth to them. They're not gonna make videos with me crying. Oh, I can't believe what happened because I can believe it. That's the whole thing. I believe it. I'm not looking for a way out. There is no dis there is nothing that can happen that is even going to put just miraculously put Kamala Harris in office unless her and Joe decide not to leave. Yeah, the Supreme Court, don't get me started. Supreme Court already said you all have unlimited power. Yeah, yeah, I'm not the one to play with. I read all of the Supreme. I know exactly what the Supreme Court said, and I know exactly how Jack Smith got around it. But I know exactly what it says. I know exactly what Trump's lawyers argued. I know the hypotheticals that the six justices looked at and said, "Well, no one would ever do that, so we're going." Yeah, I'm just going to walk around with my hands in my purse. Ain't nobody about to ever catch me slipping. Oh, oh. Ooh. So that is the reality of it. That is where we are. Yeah, if I'm not here tomorrow night, that means that the Secret Service came knocking on my door. But I don't think they'll knock on my door until at least after January. I think I'm in a feeling clear right now. Free and clear right now. But yeah, so that's where I stand. That's where I stand. So when something happens, don't expect me to come on here and talk about negotiating. If you ask me what, say, T. Nathan, what should we do? This is my standing order. Unarmed people of color, unarmed children, unalive black women. I'm advocating to burn the police station down. I'm not advocating marching. Unless y'all are marching for a distraction for me. I'm advocating violence and destruction. I figure give enough of that, then we can negotiate. You can negotiate how I'm gonna stop. Yeah. From now on, it's not just an people say, oh, if you keep going eye for an eye, everybody gonna be blind. Nope. Somebody not gonna have a body to have any eyes with, so I don't. Yeah, I'm not advocating an eye for an eye. That's the problem. We always believe in tit for tat. I didn't believe in that when I was a shorty. I'm saying I'm gonna make you talk about it for years to come. So anybody, don't come in here asking me next time something happen what we need to do. If you're in the area, don't ask me a question because I'm gonna tell you what you need to do. Yep. You use it as a distraction. Yep. And if you see me talking about I'm going to Michigan, y'all better act like Suge Avery running across the field to stop Miss Seeley from shaving Mister, because I'm going to shave Mister. Probably wasn't a very shorty. Let me be honest. Look, the shorty for a little while, but the head, people thought I was taller because the head was so big. Then I had to catch up to the head. 2 minute warning. Is that for GCPR? What's up, GCPR? How y'all doing tonight? Yeah, I got a 2 minute warning for you all. Olivia gave me a 2 minute warning, so that means she doesn't want me to do a 4 hour closing. Yeah. 2 minute warning. Thank you, Rain. Thank you, Olivia. Yeah, y'all know I was just keep talking and won't even look over here at these little. Have y'all ever seen? Let's see. Let's see. Hold on. Dun, see, is that it? Yeah, that's the radio station signal right there. Yeah, that's the radio station signal. That's what I was supposed to be looking at every now and then. When you see me look over here, I be looking at it and say, yeah, okay. I need to I need to make sure I'll look at it. Sometimes I'll forget to put it up and I don't be looking at it and I'll be like, oh yeah, we over. I've even thought I cut it out some nights when we be talking. I look back and I was like, oh. But in other news, um, I said I would show a movie tonight. I did promise a movie tonight, and I have it set up, and it, it's kind of in the vein of what we're talking about without being in the vein of what we're talking about. Yeah, so we're gonna do. I noticed no one else was doing the warning, so I thought, yeah, thank you. I noticed where's just a girl? Where's just a girl? I want my calypso. We got yeah, yeah, just a girl. Nope. I told you I would play teeth. You knew I wasn't gonna ever play teeth because y'all were betting me things that I knew. Only person and he didn't want to bet, but I still got to get him something. But it really I can technically say I didn't lose because because I stopped myself because I trust him so much, and that's when Cam was talking about Virginia, and I didn't call Virginia because Cam asked me to look at some things, so I held off, and he was right. So that's what a true accomplice does, and that's how you respond to a true accomplice. Also, on his word, I held off because I say he knows something I don't know, and he's sharing it with me. So, but hey, I'll not forget all the rest of you all who just a girl told me they were gonna turn Texas blue, And I noticed that the people who owe me Calypso are not here tonight. What's up? Don't worry, I got your numbers. As just a girl lawyer, I don't recall her offering you anything. You're going to get a malpractice suit. Leprechaun in the Hood is very relevant in today's political climate. Okay, so how many of y'all want to watch a movie tonight? I said I'd show you one. Who wants to watch a movie tonight? Where's Penelope? Where's Penelope? Where's your bestie? Face pink, face pink, face pink, turquoise, turquoise, drink coffee, face turquoise. What? Lenny, you okay? You okay over there on Facebook, Lenny? You okay? Are you okay? Because all right, just checking, Lenny. Yeah, you put a lot in there. You put a lot in there, and I'm not reading it. Just wondered if you were okay. Hey, I'm sorry. You ain't got mine. I was about to say because you know I ain't making no. I make no bets. Are we watching movies? I'm a sovereign citizen. I legally can't face any consequences. I'm not allowed on Facebook, but I sure love listening to the liberals cry and drink their salty tears. Yeah, Lenny, Lenny, knock yourself out. I don't know where you're gonna find some liberals crying at over here, but thanks for helping my count. Thanks for helping my count. You drive my ad revenue. I appreciate it. And those who happen to be homeless, they appreciate it too. So you feel free. Type some more stuff in the comment section. Yeah. Thank you over there, Lenny. All right. Note to self: don't ever make a bet with Uncle T. If I came off as dismissive or rude, that man, I am with you. No one's over here. I'm Pirate, the living human servant, as the trustee of the trusted all captain. The only sovereign citizen in the world is the United States government. All right, Pirate, this is for you. I guess he's talking to you. He says the only sovereign citizen in the world is the United States government. They investigate themselves and never find no wrongdoing. True definition of sovereign citizen. That's for you, Pirate. Lenny over on Facebook. He on Facebook doing. I'm sorry. He's not on Facebook. He's over here on my YouTube channel. Um, Testing out his typing skills. Oh, all right, all right, all right. We're out of here on GCP. Think I ran over. Didn't I run over? Yeah, I ran over 4 minutes. I guess I made up the 4 minutes I was late. GCPR. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace. Okay. Now, Am I going to open up? Am I going to open up? Do I have more than 5 people that want to watch the movie I have picked out? Do I have more than 5 people who want to watch the movie? Tell them to come over on TikTok. I'll be nice. Yeah. Shut up. Yeah, Bella. All right, at 1, 2, got 2 people. What's the movie? My my second favorite Purge movie. You saw the first one. You'll get to see my second favorite Purge. I thought this was apropos for tonight. So we're gonna watch my second favorite Purge movie, which is actually called The First Purge. How long is it? An hour and 37 minutes. Bella and Pinky, they're good. Bella's behind me right now. I'm only seeing 4 people, my friend, but I hope you're having. Yeah, I'm talking to my other social media. I just put it. I just recorded on YouTube, so I don't have to upload it. Yeah, the radio show, and the other. I just recorded on YouTube, so people who don't get to see me on those can see it over there. All right, too long. I should be. Come on, Rain. Bella better not. Where you at, Bella? Oh, she's behind me. I need a Bella fix. Up, 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 up. Hey, hey. Mm, mm. Say hello. Say hello. They just wanted to see you. I know. I moved you from behind the chair. Say hello. Say it. Yeah, yeah. You got that nub. Well, the reason I'm gonna keep on, guys, is because what I say we're going to keep fighting despite. Rain, we get Cam. I got it. Are you coming over to the movie? Yeah, I'm burning. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of Michigan. Yeah, and anybody that feels that way, I'm make sure. All right, all right, you all. Let's head over to Twitch and watch tonight's movie. You joined Twitch, Raina? Let's get it. Is this your first? It's not your first time on Twitch, is it? Thank you, Lenny. Bella said, "No, bro. You got me up now. What's good? What? Yeah. All right. We're finna go to Twitch. I'm going to open up Twitch now, and then we'll start the movie. Give people time to get their snacks together, and we'll start the movie in 5 minutes. Yeah. All right. Is that good? Does that work for y'all? And I'll see you. I'll see you there, Chief of Security. I'll see you there, Chief of Security. Y'all can fight some other time. Let's go watch a movie. Let's go watch a movie. Uh, uh, let's go watch a movie. Nope, 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 nope. You had it. You should have got some rest today instead of up there fighting. Yep, I need my chief of security to handle security. Hey, fighting is educational. All right. I feel you got to work in the morning, chief of security. You got to work tomorrow. Get you some rest. I'll get you some rest. I'm just kidding with you. I need you. I'm gonna need you more tomorrow night and tomorrow and Friday anyway. All right, you get you some rest. Cam and I going to hang out, and I'm gonna give him. You know how you grab your little brother in the headlock and you give him nudges of that. That's what I'm doing to Cam, and then I'm dragging the Dearborn, Michigan with me. And then I'm gonna drag him to Dearborn, Michigan with me while I'm looking for trouble. Top flight security in the world. Y'all get over to Twitch. I'm not mad at Cam. I'm just tired. I know you're just tired, but I don't really care about what Cam talking about. I'm gonna drag him to Dearborn, Michigan with me. Not like you gonna let me get beat up. You have a blessed